Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping this D. About to react to this impressive video. This is T.I. and Tiny's Dark Secrets Exposed. Tiny's BFF Shekinah goes off on Sabrina Peterson. I don't know who these people are. Oh no, that ghetto girl. I do know her. I've seen her a couple times. Yeah, on Tiny's show or something some years back. But yeah, I saw them pop up on my homepage on Instagram, but I didn't care to look into the story. But you know, some of y'all wanted me to react to this whole situation, so we're gonna see exactly what dark secrets have been exposed. Let's watch. Oh, come on, intro. Impressive, moving on up.
Welcome to the Impressive channel. There are a few topics I want to get into, but first I want to start off by paying my respects to the legendary actress Cicely Tyson. Cicely Tyson passed away at the age of 96 years old. She had a very incredible acting career. She was nominated for an Oscar for her role.
It's nothing bad about her, but it's something that I thought already happened.
But I'm gonna show in the play The Trip to Bountiful, and also she won 2 Emmys for Best Actress of the Year and Best Leading Actress for her role in the TV film The Autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. She went on to make appearances in several different shows, and she played civil rights figures like Rosa Parks and Coretta Scott King, and also she played the matriarch in several movies, including Tyler Perry's Diary of a Mad Black Woman and Medea's Family Reunion. Cicely Tyson has broken down so many boundaries for Black actresses in Hollywood, and she will be greatly missed. Now on to another sad and rather disturbing story. T.I. and Tiny have been accused of trafficking girls and assaulting young women. Now these wild accusations came from a woman named Sabrina Peterson. Sabrina owns her own business called The Glam University, and she actually used to be a friend or associate of T.I. and Tiny. Some people call her a friend, some people call her a crazy stalker, but whoever she is to T.I. and Tiny, she seems to have all the tea on them. Well, let me just say alleged tea, because all the allegations made in this video have not been confirmed to be true, but it's being alleged that T.I. and Tiny have been up to some crazy, wild things. Now, Sabrina first drew attention to all of this when she made this post on Instagram calling T.I. out for threatening her with a weapon. She said, the sad part about being a woman and being a Black woman is this: the public praises our predators. T.I., you put a gun to my head in front of children, and I never called the police on you. But for years, you have painted me as the villain. Now, the Shade Room was able to capture screenshots of her comment section before she turned it off. Someone asked, Tip put a gun to your head? Wow. She said, yes, because I was beating up his female assistant that was treating Tiny like a slave. Now, Tiny did respond, and she actually pulled out receipts of Sabrina posting pictures of T.I. with her kids and calling T.I. a good uncle. And Tiny said in her caption, hold up, so you want your abuser to train your sons? He was just uncle 2 years ago. Now, when did you say my husband assaulted you? Did you change your mind or change it back? What's up with you today, Pooh? I'm confused. Stop harassing my family. You strange. Everybody know you've been special. Face slicing seminar lady. Please get help, but leave us alone. Now, Sabrina went on Instagram Live and she clapped back at Tiny, and she also doubled down on her allegations against T.I. This is what she said.
Your husband put a gun to my head after me looking out for you. On several occasions. You are the battered woman. You can say you're the woman that's always somewhere crying. You're the one that's always being cheated on. You're the one, but you're the one that wants to go run to your friends and tell them what he did wrong in X, Y, and Z. And I was so young, I did not know. I didn't know to not listen to a woman when she's going crazy and crying about her relationship. The only thing I knew is that my friend was going through X, Y, and Z, and I jumped the in like the dump I was. when he was arrested, that one silver revolver with the long nose on it was the gun that he put to my head, screaming, "Child, kill you, child, kill you."
Oh.
He was on probation. I never once called the police on him. I never once started a case. And as far as my child knowing him, your children call me, your daughter calls me auntie. So as far as my child taking a picture with him and me saying that's his uncle and X, Y, and Z, that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. My child has never been in a private setting with him at all. Let's be clear on that.
Right.
Now, Sabrina continued to go in on
when did you
T.I.
get
and
the
Tiny.
gun?
She alluded that they do cocaine, and she also claimed that they seek out women to have threesomes with. And this is not a new rumor, by the way. It's actually an open secret that T.I. and Tiny like to have threesomes.
T.I. hot. He is one time he and Tiny invited me over for dinner.
Sure they did. Sure they did.
Oh, I was quite flattered. They were like,
"Why didn't you
guess
go?
what's for dinner? You bitch!"
Nicole is shady.
Also, a few years ago, Rob Kardashian revealed that his baby mama, Black China, was having threesomes with T.I. and Tiny. So this is not a new rumor. However, Sabrina is claiming that several girls have been victimized by T.I. and Tiny. And she put out different allegations from some of the alleged victims on her Instagram story. And one of the alleged victims came out and said this: "I met T.I. almost 16 years ago next month here in Colorado for the All-Star Weekend. We ended up lost backstage at the free concert he gave at Nike Town. VIP and stage were upstairs. The crowd was downstairs. This was my B-Day weekend, and I was 16. My best friend was 15. We were pressured for sex and to take drugs, even with him and his team knowing we were underage." So this right here is a very, very shocking allegation. And once again, we can't confirm whether or not it's true. But if it is true, this right here is extremely disturbing. And Sabrina didn't stop there. She went on to post several different stories from different women who allegedly had some interaction with T.I. and Tiny. Now, some of these alleged interactions were consensual. T.I. and Tiny would pick girls out and invite them back to their room, but oftentimes drugs were involved. And unfortunately, in some of these cases, a lot of these girls claim that they were taken advantage of while they were drugged. Also, some of the victims alleged that T.I. and Tiny would verbally and physically abuse them. Tiny would get jealous if T.I. was enjoying a girl too much. And one victim claimed that Tiny got so jealous that she attacked her, and when she tried to defend herself against Tiny, T.I. jumped in and punched her and choked her out. I mean, these allegations are crazy. Another person alleged that T.I. and Tiny kicked down her next door neighbor's door and beat and kidnapped her husband. Whew, just a mess. Now, once again, I do have to say that these allegations have not been confirmed to be true or not. So I'm not going to say that they are. I'm not going to say that they aren't. But I am surprised that no one has come out and pressed charges against T.I. and Tiny, because they've been accused of a lot of things. They've been accused of messing with underage girls, drugging women, assaulting women. I mean, these are some disturbing allegations, and all of this should be reported to the police, not Sabrina. Now, if these allegations are not true, T.I. and Tiny will probably take legal action against Sabrina. Sabrina was the one who posted these anonymous stories on her IG page, so she will be the one who will be targeted. However, I am paying close attention to some of these stories. I'm not going to outright and say that T.I. and Tiny are guilty without any proof, but I am paying close attention, and I'm going to see how all of this unfolds. Now, I did find it rather interesting that Tiny's friend Shekinah came forth and claimed that Sabrina was the one who was actually helping them recruit girls.
Listen, if Tiny would pay that hoe some attention, she wouldn't be even into it right now with Tia. She's looking for fucking attention. She wants Tiny. She obsessed with Tiny. Like, she wants Tiny to be her girlfriend. Now, listen, this is my thing. It came out the Tip tore the gun on her, right? How do we change from Tip not the victim no more? Tip is the victim, and Tiny now is the legend. How do we go from that? So she done got mad at Tamika for taking up her husband. He go the whole damn thing. she has a problem. She ain't talking about nothing about how she Tamika Tip. I said what I said. Why she ain't talking about she done sucked his and fucked her and her? Why we ain't talking about that? Let's get into it. Yeah, y'all want to talk? Let's get into it. I'm trying to figure out why she ain't told y'all, but she ain't. Why she ain't told y'all about she one of the women who used to go recruit the bitches for them. What's up? Hey.
Child, you're not helping.
And she women empowerment. Why she didn't tell y'all that she done had some of that too? Why she didn't tell y'all? She's talking about all the rest of these folks running around here. Why she didn't tell y'all? She's been. I ain't never there one of them. I don't get involved. I don't know what they do in their lifestyle. I'm not a part of it. But I know she done been by. Well, after what was going on when she was in the threesomes and the foursomes, what happened with her? Huh? What about when she used to go get to recruit the hoes for? Where's she at in this? Black power. You so into the power, but you the one recruiting the hoes to come get But now, you say they don't pull the gun out. You want to go with the gun. Instead of just saying, you done been Miss Sabrina.
So Shekinah is claiming that Sabrina was actually recruiting girls for T.I. and Tiny, and she also claims that Sabrina still wants Tiny, which is why she's so upset. And honestly, I don't think this is too far-fetched. I think somewhere down the line, Sabrina was cut off from T.I. and Tiny, and now she's coming at them with a vengeance. She claimed that T.I. put a gun to her head, but I do think it's weird that she would have her child around him after the fact. So that's something that was confusing to me. And also, it is confusing that she's making this stance that she wants to protect women. However, this was the same woman who was fighting other women for Tiny. In fact, some years ago, she was criticizing Shekinah for not fighting for Tiny when Bernice Burgos was messing with T.I. And she even threatened to fight Shekinah. And Shekinah had to file a restraining order against her. So I think that's weird. And I also think it's weird that she's trying to paint T.I. and Tiny as these predators when she herself was allegedly recruiting girls for them, knowing how they get down. So if there's any truth to this, her hands are dirty too. And I do side-eye her motives. But with all that being said, I still can't ignore the allegations that have been made against T.I. and Tiny. If these allegations are false, T.I. and Tiny need to take legal action and shut Sabrina down for lying on their name. But if these allegations are true, T.I. and Tiny need to be investigated. Anyway, tell what y'all think about.
Child, this is a hot mess. Hopefully they are not recruiting underage girls, though. That is really, really disgusting. But honestly, T.I. does not strike me as an upstanding guy whatsoever. I remember that situation came out with his daughter. You know, how he was taking her annually to the doctor to check her hymen to make sure she was still a virgin. That story really creeped me out. That is so disgusting. You patrolling your daughter's vagina like that? That is so sick. And she's still haunted by that to this day. I saw something on Instagram not too long ago where she didn't want to do a challenge or something because she said that people still make fun of her for being a virgin or something like that. So that whole situation was a hot mess. So I've always side-eyed T.I. Even before that, I've side-eyed him. He's been in the blogs and stuff for random shit. I've never thought he was, you know, a decent guy whatsoever, based on what's released about him. And their relationship has been very messy. He's cheated on her left and right. They've had all these messy threesomes. Like, it's just a lot going on with them. But, you know, hopefully they're not out here recruiting people and trafficking young girls and stuff. That's really sick. But y'all let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch. And I'll see y'all in the next one.